This week on Pop Fiction, Afterlife, Believe Keys, Spider-Man, and you know what? Katie's gonna recommend something cool. We'll see what it is. Okay, this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you'll find all the news and reviews in pop culture that's right to type. Today's top story. The current trilogy of Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man films will be wrapped up soon with Spider-Man No Way Home. But Tom Holland's rendition of the web-slinging hero isn't ready to hang up his suit just yet. Holland will return for a full trilogy of Spider-Man films set in the MCU, according to Sony producer Amy Pascal. And that is something that a lot of us who feel that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man, that's great news. He's got 6 movies, potentially 3 more, 9 movies of Spider-Man, and then you never know what other movies he's going to be popping in and out of in the MCU. Suck on that, Tobey Maguire. Anyway.
I mean, as the second best. I mean, this is real good for him. This is real good for the second best, though.
I like the old Spider-Man movies. I like the new ones.
Yeah.
They were good. I thought they were good Spider-Man.
Yeah, the only person that's not in this conversation is poor Andrew Garfield looking sad. Sad Andrew.
Oh, boo-hoo. He's too edgy for us. Next story.
The second highest tier of the new Magic Key annual passport renewal scheme, Disneyland's Believe Key, has been discontinued. The $949 pass is the second time in as many months it has been labeled as sold out. Disney continued selling the top-tier Dream Key option, which cost $1,399 in late October. At the same time, it raised some theme park tickets prices in Anaheim.
Right. So, I mean, basically, what you get with the Magic Key or the Believe Key is you get, I believe there's certain discounts that you get on merchandise, food, and there's actually you could take it around the park and it'll show you secret doors, I think, of things where you can kind of check it out. You know, it works at the park. Also, when you're Magic, it has all your it's like your credit card information, so you can buy things, so you don't have to carry things on you. You can just have your pass. And
sounds like that's the easiest way to get robbed. That's the most magic place on earth.
That sounds cool, but it doesn't sound $1,000 cool to me.
You know what?
And I think you get front of the line pass. I think you get all the things.
I mean,
I'll never get one.
I'll walk my ass to Star Wars Land.
I mean, I did hear a story just today that somebody's mom, and I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody's mom, that's embarrassing. Somebody's mom, when they went to Disneyland, had one of those little scooters.
Yeah.
And basically pretended they were in the scooter. No Magic Pass. And they got front of the line. Oh, we're going to go through the side door. And then she just jumped off the scooter. Hey, I'm fine. Hey, get me in the roller coaster. I'm just saying.
I said, I don't need a scooter. I don't need $1,000 Magic Pass. I will slowly walk to Star Wars Land and use my credit card.
Here we go.
Katuna Aquarius. Is that how you pronounce it?
Cataluna Enriquez.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I'll go my way. She was crowned Miss Nevada in July, launching into her new Miss USA competition as the first transgender woman to do so.
Whoa!
Hey, man, it's a progressive time we live in.
Yeah.
She's ecstatic to be a symbol of hope for not one, but 2 unrepresented groups. Her opportunity to do so was snuffed out when she failed to go past closed-door interviews to complete as one of the top 16 Miss USA finalists in the big event in Tulsa. Took a while to get a comma, I'll tell you that. In Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, We live in a progressive time.
I'm tired of these backseat editors always trying to read my copy.
I'm just saying. It's like,
Well, he's like doing 75 syllables with one breath.
I'm just saying. you write some good news every week, but I'll tell you
for
this.
the finalists to have to do an interview in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I don't know what the rules out are there, but I know they're not as open-minded as people in California.
People still watch these things?
Yeah, man. Still gets the reviews.
Wow.
Matter of fact, we're talking about it right now.
I know, we're talking about that's why nobody's watching it. We're talking about it.
Well, I can tell you, thinking about things that people aren't talking about, this week's review, Ghostbusters Afterlife. When a single woman and her 2 children relocate to a new location, they quickly learn that they have a connection to the original Ghostbusters and the hidden legacy of their grandfather left behind. Okay, I'm going to tell you that nostalgia is an addictive thing. And for those of us that are like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give this Ghostbusters thing a burn because I like the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You know? I saw it, and I'm going to say, I actually did like it.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
You liked it?
Oh, yeah.
I actually liked it. I went in there knowing I was going to be like, this is going to be like a, but it was kind of like a Goonies adventure in the what you call it, in the world of the Ghostbusters.
Well, I enjoyed it. I thought it was its own movie. It wasn't just revamping or looking back. I liked. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. I love the ending.
And that's one of the movies
So pleased with it.
where I would say that the ending of the movie. The ending of the movie is what really. I mean, did I jerk out a tear? I didn't cry as bad as I did in Endgame.
Right.
I mean, but I did jerk out a tear. A tear. I was like, oh, and I had to explain to Angela why this scene meant what it did, because she was like, okay, and I was like, oh, and I was like, no, you don't understand, because he's so sad. It's so sad. And this is the reason why this scene makes all the sense in the world. And everybody's here. And you don't even know that they had beef. And they were like, in real life, they had beef. And they had to squash the beef.
I mean,
And
maybe I'll give it a burn. I watched the one they put out, 2 years ago?
Yeah, that
and
was
they were
not
making
good.
a lot of soup jokes.
Yeah.
Pass. I'm just not a fan. You gotta excite me to get me in the theater.
What does JB remember this week?
This week, JB remembers those old comic book ads. I thought of 3 or 4 of my favorites, and I thought I'd talk about them. First, Hostess. There's a villain. He's robbing a museum and/or bank and/or store. Spider-Man shows up, and instead of fighting, he just leaves a pile of fruit pies. The criminal comes across the fruit pies and is so enthralled in eating them that Spider-Man webs him up and calls the police. But even captured on the brink of going to jail, your crime foil, he's still eating the fruit pies.
It was like Baby D. You know, she got the inside of all the new bootleg cupcakes. Hostess got a new cupcake coming out. It's a bad motherfucker. Thank you, JB.
And also, I got a few more.
Go ahead.
All right. Sea monkeys. Do you remember the ad?
I remember
this
who
little...
ordered sea monkeys and they never showed. Somebody, I'm trying to remember. Was it Pup? God.
Well, the ad
Good.
showed like a little city in the background. It
Yes.
showed like this sea monkey guy holding a trident.
Yep.
And he had his wife and his kid there, and it turned out to be brine shrimp. You put in the salt and the water treatment. Mm-hmm. Then you put in the brine shrimp eggs, and when they hatch, you put in the food. Then they slowly run out of food and die. That was the whole sea monkey experience. Many people complain that they didn't live long, that they look nothing like the picture, though you got to be pretty much an idiot to think you're going to have like this shrunken city of Kandor in your jar of water.
Yeah.
But sea monkeys, Did you ever order sea monkeys? I never did.
I never did. I think Pup ordered some. I want to say it was Pup ordered sea monkeys, never showed up. And if it wasn't Pup, I apologize to you, Pup, because you're watching this. He's like, I never ordered any fucking sea monkeys. It was somebody.
Grit magazine.
I don't remember that
Grit
one.
newspaper.
I don't remember that.
Sell Grit. It was always a one-page ad, so they put out money for this.
Uh-huh.
I had no idea what that was the entire time I was growing up reading comics. Almost every comic had an ad to sell Grit. Mm-hmm. Grit was originally a newspaper. I believe it started in Kansas. I had to look all this up because I had no idea. It was in Kansas. It was popular in rural America as a newspaper that came out once a week. Uh-huh. And it never picked up anywhere but rural America. It wasn't a religious newspaper like some people had said to me.
Yeah.
It demanded you have all positive stories, uplifting, like Chicken Soup for the Soul stories. And the editor even responded to someone's complaints about his paper, and he said he didn't want to disparage or disillusion people, but bring peace and harmony, blah, blah, blah. That was Grit. Yeah. And then the last one I'll talk about is X-ray specs. Who didn't want to have X-ray specs?
And everybody had the exact same thing, the same plan. If I got the X-ray glasses, I know exactly where I'm going.
I looked at the little picture. I was looking in old Vampirella.
Yeah.
And it had the X-ray specs out. And look, and you see the guy's looking at his hand, and he sees the bones in his hand. But there's always this pretty girl walking by too. Yeah. So he didn't do what they were doing.
Yeah, and I remember the glasses, and it had like the little the circle,
like a
spiral in it, and it's like, yeah, X-ray glasses, they work.
You want me to do one more?
If you got one more,
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Charles Atlas. Dude's hanging out on the beach with his girl.
And that's when he kicks him in the...
And the guy comes out and kicks sand in his face. And if you order Charles Atlas's manual on fitness, you too could be a He-Man.
Yeah.
But here's what kills me. I mean, who does that? It's like, hey, that girl's pretty cute. I'm going to go over and kick sand in the guy's face. And she's just going to get up and walk away with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you let her keep going. She is not the one.
Yes, that's not the one for you, buddy. All right, Kanan, you got anything to recommend this week?
Kanan recommends... Oh, wait. I think I'm getting a call.
Okay.
I've just got a call from Ralphie D. Ralphie D said he recommends The Harder They Fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And when an outlaw learns that his adversary? Adversary?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how you spell it.
No, that's not how you spell it. Just keep going.
Is about to release from prison. When an outlaw learns that his adversary is about to be released from prison, he gathers his gang to pursue vengeance. Well, Ralphie D recommended it. It seems cool. I mean, that's all the trailers.
That's all the trailer.
I haven't seen it.
Directed by Virginia King, Idris Elba,
Idris Elba.
Was it Lake Fields? They got a...
Ralphie D recommends. I feel like you can have more on the topic if you were here, right?
Yeah, but that's all right. You know, I'm Cool Water Kurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We like to hear what you think. Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
And if you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel, like Getting the Character, and please check out my little sis and the beautiful ladies of Dining with Nadiva.
I'm JB. I'd like to give a shout out to my man AM at Comic Safari. Like him, follow him, subscribe. And this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
Hey. Told you I was coming.
I'm back.
Adonis, pull yourself together.